Hi everyone, how are you? Firstly, I would like to offer my condolences to those people who lost their lives during the fire in Los Angeles. May God place them among the righteous and may their souls be blessed. I have been following the incident from the second day it began, and I started wondering about the people who were affected. A lot of questions went through my mind. Questions like, did they expect this to happen? Especially since the year was just born. 2025 just started. And we have this catastrophe. What went through their mind as they fled their homes? How are they coping with no homes? For us, for all of us human beings, home is where the heart is. You could be living in a car, in a van, or a tiny house, or a home, a proper home. And that is where your soul would resonate. And if that home is gone, what's next? Well, today I'm not going to discuss much. I'm going to talk about something that happened related to fire when I was a child. Why am I talking about it? It's because the impact it left on my family. No, our home was not burned down, no. But it was an incident that I remember until today. We were saved, okay, but the incident itself has left a huge impact on me. I was very young at that time, was maybe 6 or 7, and I was growing up in a very small town where the residents knew each other, of course. And one day, an astrologer came to my home and he said, I'm just stopping by to tell you that this family will have some danger through fire. He said, then he left. Usually astrologers will pick up some money from us, some kind of small donation. But this person did not. He just left. He left. And my mother was so worried. So she told my father about it, and my father said, well, these astrologers, sometimes they come, to create some fear in you, and then 2 days later they'll come and say, let's do this prayer and all that. And we forgot about it. And my mother, late mother, had the habit of praying in the morning when she wakes up. So every day when she wakes up in the morning, she'll do all the housework and she'll shower and come up to the higher floor, which is actually a wooden plus concrete home. So the part where we lived was the wooden part. The part where the kitchen was concrete. So she would come up to the wooden part of the house, go into a room, and there was an altar. She will light the diya, the lamp, and she'll pray, and that's how her life went. So we all lived like that. The thing is, next to the altar, there was a string that was tied across the room to hang some clothes. Like my mom used to hang her clothes there if she wants to recycle them. So one day, she did the same thing. And after she had gone down to the kitchen to start cooking, she heard some popping sound. Pop here, pop, 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 pop. And then she smelled the smoke. She ran up to the wooden part of the house and she found the altar on fire. See, the diya that she had lit caused the fire. And the scary part was, one of my sisters was still sleeping in the bed that was almost next to the altar. And thank God for the string. The moment the fire touched the string actually just fell off with the clothes. Otherwise, had it been not a normal string, I think the whole house would have gone up in fire. So since that day, the impact was, my father said, no more altar in the family, no more praying. My father was an atheist. He didn't believe in God. So All the while he had been like that. He had been not very religious. So when this incident happened, from that day onwards, we actually did not pray. There was no altar, nothing. We didn't go to temple, nothing. Okay, so that was the impact of that fire. So such impacts may happen to the victims of the LA fire. They may develop some kind of phobia or some kind of worry, or they may develop some thoughts which may not be true, in true sense. Like, eventually, at the new home where they moved from the government quarters, my mom had an altar, but it was made out of cement. She didn't want anything to burn. Yeah. So such things may happen to the residents who have lost their homes. They maybe decide that, no, I'm done. I'm not going to live like this anymore. I'm going to go to some mountain area and, have my tiny home or some. So every incident in life actually would be a learning for all of us. So that was the fire incident in my life, which was very eventful, even though it was small, because the impact was very enormous. So this one is huge. Of course, a lot of people talk about karma and all that. I would say this. Okay, let's not bring karma into the picture. Let's talk about good times and bad times. In life, there will be good times and there will be not so good times. So if you're flying high, if you find your life is so good, be prepared, because the bad follows the good and the good follows the bad. That means if you find that your life has been really, really down in the dumps, that means there's only one direction to go, all the way up. And that means the good is waiting just beside the bad. So if, let's say, your life has been extremely good, don't be so happy, don't be arrogant, because the bad waits beside the good. This is the cycle of life, cycle of human life, or in fact, cycle of life in this planet. The cycle of life in this planet is like this. So, whichever way it is, trust that the universe has better plans for you. Trust that everything happens for a good reason. And always remember that time changes and only change is constant. So if things are not going your way, fret not, because good times are coming. Definitely there'll be good times. Nothing stays stagnant. Or if times are really very good, please remember, just as good time came, bad time would be waiting around the corner. So that is the cycle of life. Okay, so if you are in your 20s, 30s, 40s, you should know this. Okay, we'll meet again in another video. Until then, stay safe and stay healthy. Like, subscribe, and share this video if it makes sense to you. Okay? And I'll see you again in another video. Take care.